let us see torque transmitted by disc or plate clutch. This figure shows friction disc of a single plate clutch. So here this is a single plate clutch. This is the internal radius, the small radius, and this is the outer radius. So this is the internal radius R1, outer radius is R2, and here we have considered an elemental ring whose thickness is dr and which is at a distance of or at a radius of small r. So let us see what are the other parameters to be considered. T or mt, what we write with the torque transmitted by the friction. Fa is the axial force, mu is the coefficient of friction, P is the intensity of normal pressure between the surfaces. As I said, R1 is the inner radius of the friction surface, R2 is the outer radius of the friction surface, Rm we can say mean radius of friction surface, Dm is mean diameter of friction surface, the capital N or capital P is the power transmitted, small n is the speed in RPM, small d is the diameter of the shaft, mu is the keyway factor, and small I is the number of active surfaces. So as shown in the figure, we are considering elemental ring of radius r and whose radial thickness is dr. It is shown in the figure. So for that, area of elemental ring we write 2 pi r into dr, and axial force on the elemental ring is given by Fa is equal to 2 pi r dr into the pressure P. So this is the pressure P, not capital P, it is small p, pressure. Next we have friction force on the elemental ring, that is given by Fr is equal to coefficient of friction mu into 2 pi r dr into pressure P. Next, moment of friction force about the axis or frictional torque on the elemental ring is given by Fm is equal to mu into 2 pi r dr into pressure P into radius r. So this is the radius of the elemental ring. So this is radius r. Therefore we can write total frictional torque per active surface as mt or torque capital T is equal to, with the limit integral with the limit r1 to r2, 2 mu pi into P r square dr. Here in the above equation you can see that we have mu into 2 pi r into r will become r square into P into dr. So that is what we have written. So now taking the constants outside, 2 mu pi into P, we left with r square into dr. So here we know integration of r square is r cube by 3, and applying the limits from r1 to r2 we can write 2 mu pi into P r2 square r2 cube minus r1 cube divided by 3. So this is the equation of the total frictional torque per active surface. So we call this axial force on the elemental ring Fa as Fa is equal to 2 pi r into dr into pressure P as equation number 1, and torque transmitted or the total frictional torque per active surface T is equal to integration of with limit r1 to r2 2 mu pi into P into r square dr. So this as a equation number 2. there are two cases to obtain the torque capacity. One is the uniform pressure theory and the second one is the uniform wear theory. First, let us see the uniform pressure theory. According to this criteria, it is assumed that the pressure is uniformly distributed over the entire surface area of the friction disc. This assumption is used for new clutches employing number of springs. Since pressure is uniformly distributed, therefore pressure P is a constant. So from the equation number 1, total axial force Fa is equal to integration with limits r1 to r2 2 pi into pressure P into R into dr. So this is from equation number 1 what we have. So taking the constants outside, 2 into pi into P, we left with limit r1 to r2 r dr. So integration of r is r square by 2. So applying the limits we get r2 square minus r1 square divided by 2. So we know that integration of r is r square by 2. Applying the limit from r2 to r1 we get this equation. So these two will get cancelled, so we left with pi into p r2 square minus r1 square. So let us call this as a equation number 3. Next we have from equation number 2 we have this equation. Torque mt is equal to integration with limits r1 to r2 2 mu pi into pressure P r square dr. So taking the constants outside, 2 mu pi p, so here we left with integration of r square dr with the limit r1 to r2, and we know that integration of r square is r cube divided by 3. So applying the limit we get r2 cube minus r1 cube divided by 3. So from the equation number 3, so this is the equation number 3 what we have. Fa is equal to pi into p r2 square minus r1 square. From this equation we have to write the equation for pressure P. So Fa divided by pi into r2 square minus r1 square, bringing other terms on this side. So this will become equation number 5. So substituting equation number 5 in the equation number 4. So what is equation number 4? We have equation number 4, torque is equal to 2 by 3 mu into pi into pressure P r2 cube minus r1 cube. It is r2 cube. So we have to substitute P from the equation number 5. So here we have 2 by 3 mu into pi, and now pressure I will write as Fa divided by pi into r2 square minus r1 square into r2 cube minus r1 cube. So pi will get cancelled, it's 2 by 3 into mu Fa and remaining terms as it is. So 2 by 3 mu into Fa, and here we write r2 cube minus r1 cube divided by r2 square minus r1 square. So writing this in terms of diameter, so d2 cube minus d1 cube divided by 8, because 2 cube we write diameter is equal to r by 2, so 2 cube is 8. Similarly here it is d2 square minus d1 square, so 2 square is 4. So cancelling these terms, we write mu into Fa into 2 by 3 as it is, and cancelling these two terms we write 1 by 2 into d2 cube minus d1 cube divided by d2 square minus d1 square. This is 1 by cube because this go to the numerator and this will come to the denominator. So now we write mu into Fa divided by 2 into this parameter in the bracket as it is into 2 by 3. So mu into Fa divided by 2 into this term we write it as a dm, where dm is equal to 2 by 3 d2 cube minus d1 cube divided by d2 square minus d1 square. So this is torque according to the uniform pressure theory. Next, let us see for uniform wear theory. So next we have uniform wear theory. According to this theory, it is assumed that wear is uniformly distributed over the entire surface area of the disc. This assumption is used for worn-out clutches. The rate of wear is proportional to P into V, with V is the rubbing velocity, that is V is equal to omega into R. The rate of wear is proportional to the pressure. So P into R is equal to a constant C. From equation number 1 we have total axial force Fa is equal to integration from with the limit r1 to r2 2 pi r into P into dr. So here we can see that P into R is there, and we know that P into R is a constant C. So replacing P into R with a C in this equation, so it becomes 2 pi C into dr. Taking 2 pi C is a constant outside, we left with integration of dr with limit r1 to r2, and it is 1, so it is 2 pi C r2 minus, applying the limit r2 minus r1. So next we have from equation number 2, this is the torque equation. What we have, torque is equal to integration of 2 mu into pi pressure P r square dr with the limit r1 to r2. So again here we can see it is P into R into R. So PR is a C. Into C we left with R dr. Taking the constants outside, we can write two pi mu C integration of R dr with the limit r1 to r2. So 2 pi mu C, the same thing I have repeated. Next, integration of R dr, we know that it is r square by 2. So applying the limits here for r square by 2, we get r2 square minus r1 square divided by 2. Next, again cancelling these two terms, we write pi mu c r2 square minus r1 square. Since we know that from equation total axial force Fa is equal to 2 pi c r2 minus r1. So here, writing the equation for C, we can write Fa divided by 2 pi bringing to the denominator and r2 minus bringing to the denominator. We can write C is equal to Fa divided by 2 pi into r2 minus r1. So the same thing is written here. Pi into mu, C is replaced with Fa divided by 2 pi r2 minus r1 into r2 square minus r1 square as it is. So here this r2 square minus r1 square can be written as r2 plus r1 into r2 minus r1, just like a square minus b square can be written as a plus b and a minus b. Therefore r2 minus r1 and r2 minus r1 will get cancelled. We left with r2 plus r1. It is left with, we have left with r2 plus r1. So here we can write is mu into pi will get cancelled, mu into Fa divided by 2. Here we left with r2 plus r1. Again, we know that this r2 plus r1 divided by 2 can be written as mean radius Rm. So torque Mt is equal to mu into this, mu into Fa into this r2 plus r1 divided by 2 is replaced by Rm. Again, if I write for mean diameter, I write dm is equal to d2 plus d1 divided by 2. Therefore we can write this torque Mt is equal to 1 by 2 mu into Fa into dm, because Rm is equal to dm by 2. So here Rm is replaced with dm by 2. So in this equation Mt is equal to mu into Fa into dm by 2. So here I have written 1 by 2 mu into Fa into dm by 2. So this is the torque equation according to the uniform wear theory.